Welcome back. In this video, let's see about a static array. Before getting to the static array, let's see one simple thing. So, if I initialize int I equal to 2, if I again initialize I equal to 4, Java it won't allow. It will say we can't able to accept duplicate value, duplicate local variable, so it won't accept. So if I delete this int, it will allow. So which means it will update the value of I equal to 4 instead of 2. Initially it is 2, right? We can able to update that, but we can't able to initialize again with the same name. But if I need to store at 4 or 5 data in a same variable, then we need to go with an array. For example, see, I is an int, this is integer, so it is a variable. So in this int variable we can able to store only one data. When you are initializing this int I equal to 2, then one memory will defaultly it will get created. So there we can able to store the data. We can't able to create one more memory for the same variable. Java it won't allow. Instead of that, you can able to update the value of I. So if initially if it is 2, we can able to update into 4. We can't able to create one more memory for the same I. It won't allow. It won't allow this. So to overcome this, we are going into an array. So what is array? Array is used to store similar data type in a array variable. Array is used to store similar data type in single array variable. So how we need to create one array? So let's see that. Int I, it is a normal data type. If we need to create an array, we need to mention square bracket. After that we need to type new and int new everything are keyword. Then again we need to mention square bracket. Within the square bracket we need to mention the size. So if we need to store a 5 variable in that array, then we need to mention 5. If we need to mention 4 variable, then we need to mention 4. Now we will store a 4 value in that array. Now we will store 4 value in that array of I. So let's take this example. So in array of I, we are storing 10, 20, 30 and 40. So we have mentioned as a size 4, right? So when you mention the size 4, 4 memory will get created for this array. So for this array, if we need to do any operation, we need to know where this 10 has stored, where 20 has stored, where 30 has stored, where 40 has stored. So for that we will use index. So index always start with 0. So it will start with 0, 1, 2, 3. So the last value of index is length minus 1. So here we have mentioned four values, right? 4 minus 1, 3. So the last index is 3 and length is always start with 1. So if we need to store 4 values, then it will start with 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have mentioned a length is 4. So now we need to store 10, 20, 30, 40 in that array. So I of 0. Index is we can take it as an address. So for example, array is an street. So within the street there are many homes, houses are there, right? So if we need to send one sweet box to any particular house, we need to know the address or door number. So the door number is 0. Index we can call it as a door number. Imagine like a door number. So I of 0, we can mention 10. We can initialize a value 10 for I of 0. Same like 20, 30, 40. 1, 2, 3. So we have mentioned 4 values. So we have created 4 memory, and in each memory we have stored the value for that array. So actually we have mentioned 4. If I try to initialize 5, Java it won't throw an error, but during the time of execution we will get an array index out of bound exception. For example, I will try to execute now. See, I have got an error at line number 16. So line number 16 is 14. What is an error? Array index out of bound exception, which means you have initialized only 4 data you need to store in array, but you are trying to store 5 data, and this address is not available. This index is not available in this array, because if it is 4, the index will start from 0 to 1, 2, 3, right? So the last index is 3, but you are trying to store 4th index. This index is actually not available in that array, so it is throwing an error. So let's comment it out this. Let's print this variable. I of 0, I of 3. So it will print 10 and 40. So in 0 index we have stored 10, in 3rd index we have stored 40. So it is printing 10 and 40. So this is called as int array. Same like we can also use double array, char array, boolean array, string array. Let's see how to declare double array. Double followed with square bracket equal to new. We need to initialize a name for the double. So D. So after new double, we need to mention this size. So let's declare as 2. So we need to store 2 data in a double. So D of 0 is 5.989. D of 1, I need to store 100 in character. We can also declare an array for a character. Char C of followed with square bracket, same square bracket, new char. We need to mention the size here. Let's declare 2. So char C of 0 equal to, for character we need to mention in single quote. So in single quote A, B for index 1. For boolean, P of boolean array equal to new boolean of size is 2. So B of 0 is true, B of 1 is false. So now string array. String s of s square bracket followed with new string square bracket, we need to mention the size. Let's mention as 3. So in this s of 0 we can assign true, s of 1 mk, s of 2 MKprogramz. So let's try to print this array. S of 2 C of 0 D of 1 double B of 1 I of 2 I of 2. Let's print this. It will print the value for string of 2 is MKprogram, char of 0 is A, D of 1 is false, I of 2 is 30. So it is printing the value for each index in that particular array. We can also iterate the array. For example, in the previous class we have said about the for loop, right? Let's copy this for loop from here and let's paste it out in this line. So here already we have mentioned I, so we can't able to use the same I for again. Int j index, we are using j variable for index, so index always start with 0, so we are mentioning as 0. So j should always less than or equal to the size of an array. How we can able to get the size of an array? See, okay, we can able to get size of an array as I dot length. It will give the size of an array. What is the size? Here we have declared 4 value in that array, right? So the length of an array is 4. So we can use the same thing at here. J should less than equal to I dot length. I have removed equal to also. Why? Because index will start from 0 and end with length minus 1, which is 4 minus 1, so 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3 only we can able to get it from the array. I of 4 is not there in that array because we have mentioned only 4 values. So if I mention equal to, it will try to print I of j. So if j value is 4, it will try to print I of 4, but it doesn't able to find out that, so it will throw an error. So instead of avoiding that error, we are removing this equal to, so it will try to print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 value it will try to print. I j plus plus. So by this method we can able to print, it will print 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40 it will print. Let's see that. So length of an array is 4. It has tried to print 10, 20, 30, 40. Then I of 0 is 10, I of 3 is 40. So it is trying to print 10 and 40. So this is how we can able to iterate that array as well. So here we are using j for I, because here we need to mention index, right? So for mentioning index we are initializing one variable j as an integer and we are assigning a value as 0 because index start from 0, and index should be less than the length. Always if you are mentioning as a 4, then last index will be 3. If you are mentioning as 10, then last index will be 9. If you are mentioning size as 100, then last index will be 99. Okay. Let's see about this array. We can call it as one dimensional. This type of array is one dimensional. And disadvantages in this array is we can only store similar data type in an array. Data type in array. To overcome this issue, we can use object array. To overcome this issue, we can use object array. The second disadvantage is we need to know the size of an array during the time of initialization itself. For example, if we need to store 4 value, then we need to declare as a 4. If it doesn't know the size of an array, then we can't able to do this. So to overcome this issue, we can use collection. So what is collection and how to use, we can see in the upcoming videos. Size is fixed. This is the second disadvantage. Size is fixed. We need to know size of an array before before initializing. During initialization, to overcome this issue, we are using collection. So what are all the collections are available in Java? Example, array list, set, map. So these are all the collection. So these array list, set, map, we can also call it as dynamic array. So for these collections and this array list, set, map, we doesn't need to know the size. We can store n number of data. First disadvantage, second disadvantage. So let's see how to use this object array. See, here we have used int I equal to I square bracket equal to new int 4, right? So here we can able to store a string because it will always allow similar data type. So we can't store string or character, anything. Since it's a string, it will throw an array. If we run the execution, it will throw an error. It has taken, if I mention a h, it will take the exa value of this h. Instead of h, it is taken the exa value. ASCII code. Instead of this, we can use object array. How to declare object array? object obj, same square bracket followed with new object, size of an object, semicolon. So object of 0, we can pass an integer, we can pass character, we can pass double, we can pass string, if we try to iterate the same, it will print it that. Let's iterate this object. So instead of 5, we need to mention object, because we are going to iterate this object array. So that's why I have replaced I into obj, and I need to print this object. So here also I need to replace I into object. So it will print 2 comma h comma 5.78 comma MKprogramz. Let's print it out. So if we go on top, it has printed to h5.7 MKprogramz. So the object, it will accept a different data type, even integer, character, boolean, string, it will accept anything. So we can call it, we can discuss about object in a later part as well. Object is a class. Always remember, object is a class. Okay, let's see in the another video.